We've won 4, we've lost 4, and we've drawn 4. The last time we won at their ground was a 2-0 win in February 2014, where Kevin Nolan bagged the brace in a space of 2 minutes. In fact, in the last 6 games against Villa, that's been the only win we've had at their ground. We've had 3 defeats and 2 draws. So it's not an easy place for West Ham to go and get a positive result. Our last game away to them was a 1-1 draw on Boxing Day, where Aaron Creswell scored our only goal. Now, in Villa's 4 games this season, they've won only once, where they beat Everton 2-0, and they've lost 3 other games. And they've scored 4 goals, but they have, however, conceded 6 in those 4 games. So I think it's going to be an interesting game for us. I think this is a game that if we're going to show progress, it's the sort of away game that we should go and win. I'm not saying we'll win it comfortably, but I think it's a game that we should go out there and win. Villa have got a few key players out injured, mainly their captain, James Chester, who returned to training this week, so the West Ham game is likely to come a bit too soon for him. However, Dean Smith is more confident that Marvellous Nakamba could make his return to the first team. Nakamba is a Zimbabwean central midfielder who helps the defensive lineup in much the same way as we expect Declan Rice to do for West Ham. Having Nakamba back could certainly help to contain the attack-minded side that Pellegrini is likely to put out against Villa tomorrow night. So who should we fear? Well, in the Aston Villa team, there's been much said about Jack Grealish, and I think Villa have done very well to have kept him at Villa. They've given him what he craved for. They've given him Premier League football. He's clearly a very confident and a very skillful young player, and I can see why Premier teams were sniffing around him during the summer. So he's a player to look out for. Conor Hourihane is also a central midfielder who, despite not scoring in the Premier League, he's bagged 2 goals in cup competitions already this season. In fact, all of Villa's goals bar 1 has actually come from midfield. Their striker Wesley has got 1, but Grealish, El Ghazi, McGinn have all midfielders, and they've all scored for Villa in the Premier League. So it's no surprise if I think that this game is going to be won and lost in midfield. I believe Pellegrini will pick up where he left off in the last game against Norwich, and he'll be putting out a very progressive attack-minded team against Villa. We need to get at Villa. We need to get at Villa so that they become more worried about our midfield than we should theirs. So let's move on and see who I think will play for West Ham against Villa. I don't actually think there'll be any changes to the game that to the side that started against Norwich. So I can see Lucas Fabianski playing in goal. I think our defensive 4 will be Ryan Fredericks, Diop, Ogbonna, and Masuaku, who, as we know, created a goal in the last game against Norwich. In holding midfield, I think we will see Declan Rice and Mark Noble line up side by side. And then in attack, I can see Anderson, Yarmolenko and Lanzini all supporting Sebastian Haller up front. Now, just a quick mention about Haller. I'm surprised that he wasn't selected for the French national squad, but I think if he continues in the vein of form that he's currently in, it's only going to be a matter of time before he does get selected for France. So we're all hoping for and looking forward to Haller scoring his 4th goal in 5 games. Now, we've already waxed lyrical about his ability. I think if Anderson has even half the game that he did against Norwich, both he both he and Allaire will complement each other with goals and assists in the game against Villa. Now, my prediction is going to be bold, and I'm going to say that we're going to win by 3-1. I think Villa will score, but I can see us scoring 3 goals. And I think our goal scorers, I've mentioned 2 already, will be Allaire and Anderson, and I think Lanzini will bag a goal as well.